Hello, and welcome. Getting Amazon to love your listing. No matter what it is you sell, physical, anything digital, like books, you're going to want to pay attention to this because you need to provide Amazon what they're looking for in order for your thing, whatever it is you have for sale, to show up in the marketplace. You'll want your listing to be found, and you want Amazon to love you. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. So as always, if you're on and watching the replay on YouTube, please go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment so that we can interact and you'll never miss an episode. So what is Amazon optimization? It's all about the title, the cover, or the image of your whatever it is you're selling, the description, the reviews, video reviews, and picture reviews. The title is very important because it has to contain two things. Title needs to contain your keywords. The keywords in the title especially are what's going to make people type in keywords and find your book. We can't get into keyword research. There's so much behind keyword research. And to be honest with you, I actually outsource my keyword research because I just don't like doing it. I think people are a little bit better than me. But I do know is that in your title, you want frequently used and type search keywords. For instance, if you're doing some type of journal, you're going to want to find keywords that people are actually searching for, and your book is going to show up in not only the Amazon search results, but the Google search results too. The title is super important. Then the second most important thing about your title is that it really has to be relevant to what your book is about. If you're saying that your book is about one thing and then the content of your book is about something totally different, you're going to have unhappy customers. You want to make sure that your title is specific and it really defines what your book is about. And I'm not saying that this is easy to do. A lot of times we can come up with 100 potential titles for our book, and then we have to kind of go on and see what we like, see what we don't like, put it on social media, say, hey, what resonates with you? Mostly talking to our target audience. So when it comes to the cover does involve some Amazon optimization because the cover needs to resonate with your target audience. Your target audience is all female and your cover has all men on the cover. There's not going to be a connection there. So you really have to know what colors does your target audience like. Does your target audience like people on the cover or maybe shapes on the cover? No people at all. And the way that you get a feeling of what your target audience wants in your cover is to look at other books in the marketplace and compare. One of my favorite sites to use that I always do this, even though I outsource my cover design because I'm not really a good graphic designer either, which I've learned the hard way, but I go to yasiv.com, YASIV.com, and it shows me a variety of books in my genre, in my niche, and it allows me to kind of see what are the best-selling covers looking like. And that's how I get a good idea of what kind of cover I'm going to come up with for my book. So the cover does play a strong part in optimization because your customer, your target audience, they're looking at that. They're kind of like looking at that, they're looking at the cover, and then they scroll right to the title. I'm not sure which one they look at first. Do they look at the cover first? Do they look at the title first? Probably very, very close to each other, maybe even at the same time. The description, huge conversation about descriptions and strategies behind descriptions. It is a good idea to incorporate other buzzwords in your description, other buzz keywords, maybe that you didn't put in your title, scatter them around in your description. The description keyword titles, so I'm told, do not matter for Amazon search results, but they do matter for Google search results. It's always good, though, to put in those buzzwords, be descriptive of what your book is about, the benefits of your book, using potentially a nice little tool that I recommend too. You could get this tool from different places, free, paid, that allows you to put bold and italics and bullets in your description and not just a big blurb of plain text, because you want your description to stand out, right? And you want to bold the things that should be bold, italicize different words, things like that, make things bigger. And that's a strategy that you can do to make your description stand out and make the words that you want to stand out even more. My next slide is going to be funny, but it's not to offend anyone. I just want to show you this to prove a point. All right, so we're getting a lot of LOL. So I saw this on Facebook the other day, and I actually reposted it, and a lot of people got a lot of laughs about this. But I really thought about how this actually works when consumers are looking at your listing on Amazon. And this is mainly when they're looking at reviews. So again, when somebody visits your listing, just think about when you go to a listing on Amazon and you're looking to buy something, right? You scroll, you look at the image, and then you look at the title, then you read the description, okay? And then if you're convinced from that point on, it is only then when you maybe start to read the reviews. And when you start to read the reviews, that's equivalent to when you're actually looking for your color here. That is the devil's in the details. So basically, people are going to buy your book as a result of the reviews in a lot of cases, right? So they're not going to not buy your book if you have 1 or 2 bad reviews. But if you have like 2 stars, then you have a bad chance of selling that book. If you have 4.5 stars, people might take a chance on you. That is when the kind of the last stage of people making that decision to buy your book or not. So reviews, is there a magic number of reviews that you need for ultimate optimization in Amazon? Who knows? But because it changes all the time, and it used to be one way, now it's a different way, and because people are getting fake reviews and that's still kind of getting weeded out, maybe reviews just help with conversions. The conversions and the optimization and the algorithm, where if somebody visits your book listing or your Amazon listing and then they buy, what's the percentage of them hitting your listing and then buying? Amazon is looking at that. That's what they care about. Otherwise, they want to make money. That's the kind of key thing that makes us all work. Hitting your listing and what percentage of them are going to buy. So you can have everything else right, but if nobody's buying, Amazon is looking at that too. That's really important. That's where reviews come in, because that's kind of the last component where people are like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my credit card in for this, or I'm going to go to the next thing. Picture reviews and video reviews. These are just what I call decorating your Amazon listing. Does it help with conversions? Maybe. For video reviews and putting pictures of reviews on your Amazon listing. It doesn't say that if you have 100 pictures, you're going to rank higher. It just means that there's more stuff on your page for people to look at and then be enticed for them to go ahead and buy yours. My question for you is, do you still have questions? Do you have questions about anything that we've talked about today, or additional things about books and author marketing and growing your list and making more sales and things like that? I have a deal with a coach. So I have a coach, and whenever I have questions, I can email him whenever I want, and he gets back to me right away. This adds tremendous value to my bottom line, because I get to ask any question I want to someone who knows the answer. I don't have to rely on Facebook free groups if I have a burning question about a business decision that I want to make, and I don't know the outcome, and I need someone at a higher level to bounce ideas off of, or give me that additional training that I might not already have. What would having instant access to an expert do for your business, where you can do the same? So I put together what I call Debbie's Passive Profits Laser Coaching. This is one-to-one, but it's different than any other coaching program out there because we don't kind of just sit on the phone or sit on Zoom for 45 minutes and talk about, one thing after the next. That's probably going to be forgotten the next day. You get 1 year of unlimited 15-minute calls. And what that laser coaching does, it's like, I have this burning question that I need answered, and I need you to tell me how to solve it. This is really cool because it's a little bit better than email because you get to be one-on-one with me. You get to interact with me whenever we book our session, which is unlimited for 15 minutes for a whole entire year. Whenever you have a question, you can either book a call or you can ask me anytime over email. So let's say you don't have time, you want an answer right now, you don't want to wait till the next call or whatever, you can just send me an email. But when we do get on the call, each call is recorded on Zoom, so you always can keep that forever and ever. The next thing is that I have homework assigned so you can take action. And you don't just write the homework out, I actually write it out for you. You get the homework written out for me to have clear focus on what you need to do. And this is good for you and me because now I can hold you accountable and we have a master document where I'm like, this is your homework, and by the next call, you need to have that homework complete, right, in order to schedule your next call. And the homework is something that we both agree on, and it's the right next step to do. So you get unlimited email support in between those calls, and this actually works out to be less than $84 a month, and it's like a gym membership. It's like instead of you having to go to a gym and exercise, you're actually exercising, getting better at making money in your business and getting to the next level, just like you would go to a gym and get stronger, right? You're making your business stronger. No more confusion when you need help. You don't have to kind of join Facebook groups and get a million different answers to your questions. You just go right to the source, ask me, and I will be there for your support. So no more going in hundreds of different directions, which is not fun to do. And of course, I'm going to help you, which ultimately is what you need to do to succeed online, to get more leads and sales in your business. Doing this for 10 years now, I'm very qualified to help. The URL to go to for this is debdrum.com/laser coaching. This is the one-to-one laser coaching. You get a year of unlimited 15-minute calls, laser in on your problem, laser in on the solution. So what I'm going to do for this special offer on this call here is I'm going to include my new, it's not really new, software. I only say new because we always come out with new features. It's called Book Connect. This is a really awesome tool for authors to build. It actually forces you to build a list. It allows you to share your books. It allows you to present your books in a very sophisticated fashion. It allows you to communicate with your subscribers and your reviewers. It's an over $2,000 value, and it's a really hot tool for authors to really stay organized in a systematic way and also automate a lot of the things that you don't like to do in your business, especially when it revolves around your book, like follow up with the reviewers, asking them to write a review, things like that. The tool does it for you. So for this specific offer, I am going to be including Book Connect, and that's at debdrum.com/laser coaching. So thank you, everyone. I will see you on the next live session or wherever, whatever I'm doing online, okay? I love chatting with you. Love seeing you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.